Well, the drought finally ended in Alabama, and it's been raining for about 3.5 solid days, which is why my hair is doing this whole ridiculous thing. But don't worry about that right now. What I want to talk about today is Reddit actually doing something good for once. I mean, they've done good stuff before. They've helped plenty of people out before, albeit it's generally in the minority of things, but they do good things. You know, it happens. It's not impossible for Reddit to come together as a collective community and do good for people. It's just you just don't hear about it very often. But it's certainly possible. It is absolutely possible, and it does happen. And that happened rather recently, and it's kind of cool to see. About a week ago from today, they decided to collectively get together and basically help out a young YouTuber by the name of Caden Cookie Boy and just flood his channel with thousands upon thousands of subscribers, all to spite this person's angry neighbor. And that's basically it. And to illustrate what facilitated or precipitated all of this in the first place was who I'm guessing was the kid's father posted on Reddit a picture of a note that he got from their neighbor saying, "My son dreams of being a YouTuber. Got this letter from next door neighbor." They're saying to blank's parents, because I'm guessing that it's Caden, because that's literally the name of the kid's channel is Caden Cookie Boy. To Caden's parents, blank, which I'm guessing is their kid, got off the bus today and told us, "Your son told him to subscribe to me on YouTube. I find this terribly traumatic." Jeez. "Not only for our son, but for yours also. Your son should not be advertising on the bus. Furthermore, you shouldn't be exploiting your son at 8 years old for YouTube money." Sweetheart, you clearly don't know how YouTube works if you think that if they're exploiting their 8-year-old son for YouTube money when the kid isn't even monetized yet. That shows how little you know about this, but I get what they're going for. Still, it's also saying terribly traumatic. Come on. "I have reported this to the bus company and the school. I recommend you talking with your son to stop him from advertising these things. He is 8 years old, for God's sake, and according to you, has autism, making it that much worse. If this unsolicited advertising continues, please expect legal action to occur. Thanks for your cooperation, the blanks." Yeah, it's one of those things where it's like, if your kid has autism and he or she wants to have a YouTube channel of their own volition, let them. It's not that big of a deal, especially if they're just having fun doing whatever it is that they love doing, just being themselves. Just let them. Who cares? And from what I could tell, on Caden's channel, all the comments are disabled, so he doesn't have to worry about being bullied or harassed or anything like that. So until he gets to the age to where he can make the choice for himself to turn comments back on and something like that, it's just one of those things where it's like this parent here is clearly just they're reaching so hard to just try and find something to be angry about, just to be angry about it. This is the definition of a suburban parent that has nothing better to do than to just be pissed off because their life is so boring that they have to reach for something like this. And it's pathetic, honestly. And now, sadly, the original posts have all been deleted, So you have to actively go looking. I mean, the comments are still there, but I mean, this was from the original poster, posted it to mildly infuriating, and then where it seems to have really taken off was on Made Me Smile. And it's got over 20,000 upvotes with 1,500 comments. I mean, that's pretty awesome. That's incredible. What really floored me was how quickly it took off, because the kid, Caden, didn't even know this was happening, clearly. Because if you look at his actual channel, he's now up to 9,300 subscribers, which is crazy. But what's really cool is that these two posts right here, these two videos, were done on the same day. 25 subscribers, thank you. And then thank you, Reddit subs, my dream has come true. Both were posted on the same day. And like I said, this was brought to my attention about 6 days ago, roughly a day after this had happened. And he was already up to around 6,000 subscribers. And what's even wilder is that these two videos were done only 4 hours apart from each other. 4 hours. So he posts this one, thanking everyone for 25 subscribers, and then within a 4-hour span, he goes from 25 subscribers to, in this video, he's saying that he was up to, I think he says, a little over 2,000, which is insane already for just, 3-4 hours to jump that much. To multiply your channel by that much in a span of 4 hours is insane. And the kid genuinely seems just like a sweethearted kid. He's just doing his thing, just having fun, not doing anything wrong. He's not like one of those insufferable, like, kids that, isn't being parented properly or anything like that. The kid seems like he's got a good head on his shoulders. He seems like a perfectly cool kid, for his age. He's just doing normal kid stuff, just doing regular kid stuff. And for him to get that many subscribers that quickly, simply because, like I said, I'm guessing his parents, I'm assuming his father, posting on Reddit that one of his neighbors was just being an absolute dipshit, and then Reddit deciding to vicariously retaliate by means of subscribing to the parent's son's YouTube channel just to, kind of stick it to their neighbor, their asshole neighbor, is a pretty cool thing. That's a pretty wholesome thing to do. It's like, well, we can't stick it to the neighbor, so let's help out the kid. That's cool. I think that's a really wholesome thing, an oddly wholesome thing from Reddit. And the kid, like I said, seems to be a perfectly sweethearted, well-adjusted individual. I mean, check this out. This was his thank you.
Hey guys, I am so happy. My dream has came true. I always wanted to be a good YouTuber, and you guys just made it. I am so happy right now. Thank you for 2,000.7 subscribers. I can't even believe I'm saying that. On that video right now, literally has 3.1k views. I was not planning for this. Now, almost all of my videos are intensely popular. Thank you so much, guys. I have been having a bad time with my neighbor. And I'm sad, and I kind of got sad about it until you guys came. All subscribing and stuff. Oh my god, I am so thankful. I used to have 20 3. I posted it at the wrong time, and thank you so much. Bye.
Yeah, I mean, just like a genuinely sweethearted kid, you know, just doing his own thing, very appreciative, really thankful, seems like he's got a perfectly good head on his shoulders for his age, just enjoying himself, you know. Like I said, it's one of the very rare moments that I've seen come out of Reddit that strike me as just completely wholesome, even if they were doing things for the purpose of spiting the neighbor. But still, it had a positive effect. So hey, I mean, far be it from me to complain or whine or anything like that. Now the thing is that I did see a few comments that kind of caught my attention, and I can kind of see where they're coming from. And this is what caught my attention. And I can kind of see where they're coming from. And saying, or let's let his channel grow naturally from this little kick so that if his content is shit, he isn't then left with the depressing fact he had all these subscribers and nobody watches his videos. And said, I had the same thought. It hurts his channel in the long run. If he was getting 10 views on 25 subscribers, that's expected, but once the hype wears off and he's getting 35 views on 5K subscribers, it's going to be much more disappointing. And I do kind of understand that. I do see that perspective because, like this person says, it's understandable if you're getting 10 views on 25 subscribers. That's understandable and normal levels of interaction and viewership, you know. But if you suddenly blow up and you've got now many thousands of subscribers like he does, and you're still only getting 35-ish views or, you know, a couple hundred views, it's not going to feel as good. You're going to be wondering what you're doing wrong. It's not going to have that same dopamine hit that you got from that first video that really blew up, or those first couple of videos that really blew up, and you're going to be constantly wondering, what did I do wrong? You know, what am I doing wrong? I'm letting these people down, you know, because if you look, you know, his two videos here, 6,200 views and 10K views, and then his two most recent videos from 5 days ago and a day ago, 661 views and 116 views. And now one could argue that a lot of these views, and that one's 8,100 views, one could easily argue that a lot of these views have come from his recent massive influx of subscribers, and that's easy to argue and very possible. But the reality of the situation is that if he were still sitting at 25 subscribers like he was, then the majority of his videos would still only be sitting around a tenth of this, if even. So I do get where these people are coming from, these comments are coming from. You know, it is kind of one of those situations where you're going to kind of be wondering, where can I take this from here? How can I not disappoint my newly acquired fan base? But the reality of the situation is that he's now potentially got a future on the platform where he can at least look at this from the perspective of, I can only go up from here. And the same could be said from him being at 25 subscribers. You can only go up. Whereas, still now, he can really realistically only go up. Having 10K or less subscribers in the grand scheme of things isn't that many. And it's, you know what I mean? Like, it's nothing really to kind of get too overly excited about, but it's a big deal to small content creators. Like, for me, like, if I got that many subscribers in a few hours, I would be ecstatic. I would be like, holy shit, that's incredible. You know, like I would be beside myself with joy. I'm going to be completely honest. I'm just being completely real with all of you. But by that same extension, then from that point forward, I would be trying to constantly one up each and every one of my videos, being like, well, damn, where can I go from here after that? You know, because I don't want to let my viewers down. But realistically, that's how you always need to look at your stuff. You always need to be constantly trying to do better. It's not necessarily a point of trying to do bigger and better things, because especially if you're doing things with the intent of simply having fun, then you should go about it with the intent of having fun. You shouldn't always be trying to just do bigger and better things, because eventually you're going to exhaust yourself and you're going to put yourself in this position of being either feeling like you're in a corner or you're in some kind of creative slump or something like that, and you don't want to push yourself into that kind of box. But you do always want to be able to have a room to grow. You know, even if you are doing things for fun, you want to be able to do things that you are happy with and that you are proud of, even if it is just for fun. And that's the thing that I think that he's doing, is that he's just doing these things for fun. He's not doing this with the intent of necessarily trying to have a career, even though his parent said that he dreamed of being a YouTuber. It's one of those things where he's still a kid, you know, so it's going to be one of those things. It's going to be a while before he's really going to be looking at this from that kind of perspective, where he's going to be doing this in any kind of sense of, okay, where can I go next to film this next big thing, or who can I connect with to do these like big things. It's not going to be like that for a while. He's still a kid, you know. He's doing this for fun, realistically, at least for now. And I think a lot of people need to understand that. And I hope that he remembers this, that he shouldn't try and pressure himself into constantly trying to outdo himself, just, you know, trying to overpressure himself. As long as he's doing it from the perspective of, hey, I'm just doing this for fun, I'm doing what makes me happy, and as long as I'm happy with what I'm doing, that's all that matters, then he's going to be good for a long time. And as long as he's happy, I think that his viewers should be too. And I think that his parents made a very good call disabling comments on his videos, particularly now that he's got just shy of 10,000 subscribers, because we all know how that can go, be it for better or worse, usually for worse. But like, that many people can put so much unneeded pressure on someone that young, and that's not good. When he gets to the age where he can make the decision for himself whether he wants to re-enable comments on his own videos, then if he wants to, cool. And then he can start engaging with his audience. Cool. But for now, I think that it was a really smart move for his parents to do that. Especially because, as far as I can tell, they've always been disabled, considering he is a kid. And I mean, regardless of what kind of content he's doing, he is a kid. And YouTube is YouTube, and Reddit's Reddit, and the comments section in either of these places can be hell, period. So it was a smart move for them to do what they did. But like I said, later on down the road, when he gets to the age to where he can make the decision for himself to re-enable comments and start interacting with his audience, then hey, that's on him. And I think probably later on down the road, he'll likely make that decision. And I think it would be cool to see where he kind of takes things later on down the road, because I'm hoping that he doesn't end up becoming one of those insufferable content creators, like child content creators that grows up into being one of those types of creators. And we all know the kind of content creators that I'm talking about. And I'm just hoping that he avoids that end of the content creation spectrum. So hopefully he stays within like the more harmless and wholesome side of YouTube content creation, and he forms a good, wholesome community for himself, because it seems like he's got a pretty good head on his shoulders, and it would be really nice to see a kid content creator not grow up into one of these insufferable clout chasing goblins that we see far too often on YouTube nowadays. So yeah, but beyond that, I think that on the whole, like general end of the spectrum, Reddit kind of did a good thing here. But hey, that's just my 2 cents on it. You know, and if you want to go subscribe and kind of keep up with what he's doing, feel free. I'll link his channel. So yeah, I just wanted to kind of touch on this because I don't think I've seen anybody else talk about this, and I just thought it was a sweet-hearted thing that I just don't see happen on Reddit very often. But yeah, comment down below what you think, and yeah, go subscribe to him if you like, so you can keep track of what he's doing, and subscribe here as well to keep track of what I've been doing. So yeah, take care of yourselves. Peace.